I told my husband the truth about why his friends' wives all hate me, and now he's furious. I never wanted to be the wife who came between my husband and his friends, but after 3 years of being the outcast in his social circle, I finally broke. Last night, I told my husband Mark why all his friends' wives had been freezing me out since our wedding. The truth hit him like a truck, and now I am wondering if honesty really is the best policy. When Mark and I first got engaged, I was excited to join his tight-knit group of college friends and their wives. They'd all been together for years, parent weekend trips, holiday parties, baby showers. I imagined myself fitting right in. At our first dinner together, I noticed something odd. Navier, I spoke. The wives would exchange glances when I offered to help in the kitchen. They politely declined. I chalked it up to being the newcomer, but months passed and nothing changed. I'd send friendly texts suggesting coffee dates. They'd respond with vague, "So busy, maybe next month." I'd bring homemade dishes to potlucks that remained untouched. I stopped getting invited to their girls' nights, though Mark was always included in guys' events. Mark noticed, but dismissed it. "They're just protective of their circle," he'd say. "Give it time." 3 years wasn't enough time, apparently. Last weekend was the breaking point. We attended Jason and Beth's baby shower. As I approached a group of the wives, their conversation abruptly stopped. Beth excused herself, saying she needed to check on something in the kitchen. I followed, offering to help. "Actually," Beth said, not meeting my eyes, "I think we've got it covered." Through the kitchen door, I heard one wife whisper, "God, she's so desperate." I spent the rest of the party alone, pretending to be fascinated by my phone while fighting back tears that night. I finally told Mark everything. Not just about the baby shower, but about the text messages I'd found on his phone 3 years ago, the ones he'd forgotten to delete before we were engaged. Messages where his friends' wives discussed me. "She's his rebound after Sarah. It won't last. Did you see how she dressed at dinner? Guess way too hard. Mark says she doesn't want kids. That'll change once she locks him down." And worst of all, Mark's responses, "Law, probably right, and she's different when we're alone, I promise." "You never defended me," I said quietly. "Not once. They decided who I was before they even met me, and you let them." Mark's face drained of color. "Those texts were from before we were serious. I didn't mean any of it." "But they did," I replied. "And they've been punishing me for 3 years for the crime of not being Sarah, while you pretended not to notice. He's been sleeping in the spare room since our fight. This morning he said I had no right to go through his phone back then, and that bringing up ancient history was manipulative. Maybe I should have kept pretending everything was fine, but I am tired of being the villain in a story I never wrote. I don't want his friends' wives to like me anymore. I just want a husband who chooses me over their approval."